After a lengthy international break, the La Liga and Premier League preview is back. Welcome to Gustavo Football Headquarters. Don't forget to keep subscribing. And now to the camp of Ruben Amorim and Manchester United. Manchester United will be hosting Everton at Old Trafford. And on the side of Manchester United, Ruben Amorim has confirmed that Licha, the butcher, Martinez, will be back very, very soon. As we all saw, he went to the international break. He trained with the Argentine national team. So I think we are expecting Martinez to be back very, very soon. Harry Maguire will be expected to be out. Sesko will also be expected to be out for some few weeks. As Amorim said, he will be coming back at the exact time that Ahmad and Mbeumo will be leaving for the Afcon. So as Amorim has mentioned this, you can clearly see that Manchester United are preparing for life after Mbeumo and Ahmad, because these two have been really, really solid for Manchester United this season, especially on the right hand side. Now with Manchester United and Everton, the current win probability we are having right now states that Manchester United have a 50% win probability to Everton's 24%. With the head-to-heads, the last 5 games, Manchester United have won 2 and drawn 2 against Everton. But then with Manchester United, in their last 5 games, they've won 3 and drawn 2, with the latest one coming against Tottenham Hotspur. With Everton, they've won 2 games in their last 5 games, drawn 2 and then lost 1. In conclusion, I think Manchester United have the upper hand in this game, because personally I feel Manchester United have really had the upper hand over Everton in previous games. Yes, if you check their latest games, I think their last 10 games coming up, you could see that Manchester United really dominates when it comes to Everton. Yes, so personally I think Manchester United aren't going to really have it easy, but then probably it may end in a draw or in favor of Manchester United. Arsenal will be coming up against Tottenham Hotspur in the London derby. And I think there has been a very big blow for Arsenal, as their main man in defense, Gabriel, has gone out injured. And I think it's going to be a very long injury period, right? And I think this is bad timing for Arsenal and Arteta, because this guy has been the heart of that Arsenal defense, scoring goals, defending well, getting clean sheets. But then why do I say it's wrong timing? It's wrong timing because City currently are closing the gap and Arsenal are feeling the pressure. The pressure has started mounting on Arsenal, right? They have options in defense to replace Gabriel currently, but then we all know they can't do, or they can't offer what Gabriel offers this Arsenal defense, right? So I think this is a very, very big blow for Arsenal at this current moment. And then on the side of Tottenham, Kudus, our Ghanaian brother, is back, and we've been told he has trained the whole of this week. Him, Kolo Muani, and most of the players who have been out within this past few weeks, all of them are currently back. And I think Tottenham Hotspur will be really gearing towards this match. And I think as this match being a London derby, it can go either way. We all know how these derbies work, right? So with the likes of Kudus, we all know how pivotal this guy has been for Tottenham this season, scoring goals, creating chances, creating assists, right? So I think Thomas Frank is very, very glad to have his talisman back in the Tottenham setup. Now with the game proper, with the win probability I'm having here right now, it states that Arsenal have a 69% win probability to Tottenham's 13% win probability. And I think this is very, very fair, because Tottenham started this season very, very well, winning games. Richarlison was on top form at that moment, but then currently I think the load of games they've had is really, really disrupting their form, right? They have the Champions League, they have the Carabao Cup, they have the FA Cup, and then the league as well, right? And as we all know, Tottenham is not that kind of club that has that big club mentality, right? They fold at the least pressure. Yeah, so I'm not surprised at all. And then with the head-to-heads between these two sides, Arsenal have won 3, lost 1 and drawn 1. So we can see that in this fixture, most of the wins goes on the side of the red side of London. But then in the last 11 games for Arsenal, they've won 10 and drawn 1. And as we all know, that draw came against Sunderland in the latest Premier League game they played. On the side of Tottenham, in the last 5 games, they've won 2, lost 2, and then drawn 1. So personally, with how good Arsenal have been this season, and then losing points at Sunderland, with the kind of pressure they are feeling right now, and playing at home in front of their fans, I think Arsenal will do anything possible to get these points. Tottenham haven't been so great so far this season, especially going away. Yeah, so I am tipping Arsenal to win the game, or at least get a draw, since it's going to be a derby, right? And in derbies, things really do happen. But then I tip Arsenal to either win or draw. Chelsea will be going away to Burnley, a side who have really shown that they can really score goals. In their last 5 games, Burnley have scored 8 goals. They are currently losing games, but then this team cannot be underrated. You can really see what they are building, right? Results are not coming right now, but then Burnley are not a team to be underrated. Yes, so Chelsea and Maresca should be very wary of the quality that this Burnley side possesses. Now, Maresca was asked about Disasi and Sterling, and he stated these two are still Chelsea players, right? But then currently they are not training with the first team. And he said Disasi currently is helping the under 21s or the junior side, right? So this shows you Maresca and Chelsea are not ready to let in these two players. They are letting them know that they are not part of the plan. Sterling and Disasi currently are not training with the first team. Manchester United, for example, Malacia was also taken out of the team, out of the first team, but then he has been brought in for some time now, right? So that shows that at least he's been given some kind of opportunity. But then with Disasi and Sterling, I think it's not that way at all, and the message is very clear that they are not part of the plan. Now, Cole Palmer was expected to come back very soon, but then Maresca has made mention that he has had a fresh injury, an accident that happened at home, right? Cole Palmer was having a groin injury which was being treated, and then he was really healing quickly. But then today, Maresca confirmed that he got a fresh injury which happened at home. It was a home accident, and then he fractured his toe. But then personally, I don't think this is the main reason why Cole Palmer is not coming back very soon. I think he wants to heal. He wants to heal properly before coming back, because you can see that from previous games that Palmer has been playing, I think things were done to rush him in, and I think Palmer currently doesn't want that to happen again, right? He wants to heal properly before coming back to the Chelsea setup. Yeah, so that's the news currently coming out from the Chelsea camp. With the game against Burnley, the win probability states that Burnley have a 21% win probability to Chelsea's 57% win probability, right? As I said earlier, Burnley are not winning games, but then they are really scoring goals. But then on the side of Chelsea, they are really grinding results. They've been very inconsistent this season though, but then they somehow find a way to get the results. Now with Burnley, in their last 5 games, they won 2 and lost 3. On the side of Chelsea, they've won 3, drawn 1, and then lost 1. But then with the head-to-head, when these two teams meet, in the last 5 games, Chelsea have won 3 and then 2, ending in a draw. Yes, so as you can see, Chelsea have been very dominant when it comes to this fixture. The latest result ended in a draw, right? So this shows you that Burnley sometimes have a way to deal with this Chelsea team, especially when they are playing at home. Yes, but then personally, I think Chelsea are the more stronger side. But then with Burnley playing at home, it makes the fixture somehow trickier, right? I'm tipping Chelsea to win though, but then I don't think they are going to get an easy one. Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest. Yes, this is an interesting stat about Liverpool this season. So far this season, Liverpool haven't drawn a game. Whenever you come up against Liverpool, it's either you kill me or I kill you. When you go through their fixtures since the start of this season, it's either a loss or a win. It's either they lose or they win, right? So I think coming up against this Forest side under a new manager, Sean Dice, I think they are a resurging club right now, right? Because since Sean Dyche's arrival, they've lost just one game, right? And then they even got a result, a point against Manchester United when they played at home. But then on the side of Liverpool, there has been a very, very big boost as Allison has trained with the team the whole of this week. And I think he is ready to start this game against Nottingham Forest if everything goes according to plan. Florian suffered a muscle injury and will be expected to be out, but then not for too long. Bradley, I think, will also be out for about 3 weeks or more. I think his will be a little lengthier. Now, with some transfer tips, right, with Liverpool, there's news that Liverpool are showing interest in the Ghanaian winger and striker Antoine SEMENYO, right? Currently, his release clause is currently at £60 million. That's fixed with 5 million add-ons. But then, with Bournemouth, they are really, really eager to keep him till the end of the season, when his release clause will reduce from 60 million to 50 million, right? But then currently it's not their decision, but then Liverpool can step in just this transfer window and get Antoine SEMENYO to Liverpool. Now, with this game against Nottingham Forest, this is where the win probability lies. 71% win probability to Nottingham Forest 12% win probability, right? I think this is very fair because Liverpool are trying to pick up the points currently, right? Because they are lacking behind. With the head-to-heads between these two sides, right? In the last 5 games, Liverpool have won 3, lost 1, and then drawn 1. But then in the last 5 games for Liverpool in all competitions, they've lost 3 and won 2. Since the arrival of Sean Dyche, Nottingham Forest have lost just 1 game, right? Which came against Bournemouth. Since that time, they've lost 1, drawn 2, and also won 2. Yes, so I think this Nottingham Forest side is a resurging side, and I think they are going to do anything possible to at least get a point at Anfield currently with how bad Liverpool is playing. But then, personally, I still tip Liverpool to get the job done with how hungry they are for points. Barcelona versus Atletico Bilbao. Very, very big boost for Barcelona this weekend as Rafinha, the captain of Barcelona, is officially back, and it has been confirmed by Hansi Flick. Yes, he said that Rafinha is back and is in contention for this game against Bilbao, but then he'll be starting from the bench, right? He says he'll be starting from the bench, but then we'll see how many minutes he can play. But then I made mention the other time, I asked Barcelona fans this question: Rafinha is back now, where will Marcus Rashford play? Right? Rashford has been in super form within the past few months. Since Rafinha went out injured, he has replaced him superbly, scoring goals, creating chances, creating assists. Now, the captain is back. The captain of the side, Barcelona, is back. So, what do Barcelona and Hansi Flick do with Marcus Rashford right now? Is he going to sit on the bench? Is he going to play as a number 9? Because they already have Lewandowski up there, right? Ferran Torres also up there. But then on the right hand side, we all know it's a no-no because Lamine Yamal is untouchable right now, right? So is Marcus Rashford going to be on the bench? Let's see what Hansi Flick has for us. And then with Pedri, Hansi Flick has said that his injury, right, is evolving step by step. But then currently, they don't know if he's going to be available for that Chelsea game, right? De Jong, or as we all know, was red carded against Celta Vigo, and then he will not be available in this game against Atletico Bilbao. Now, Barcelona versus Bilbao, with the win probability that I'm having right now, right? It states that Barcelona has a 62% win probability to Bilbao's 17% win probability, right? And I think this is very, very fair because Bilbao this season have been very, very poor, right? With the kind of quality Bilbao has, right? They have the names, not just the names, but then they have quality as well. They've been playing very, very good, I think, for the past years. When you go to the Laliga, they are one of the best teams in La Liga. One of the teams that big clubs fear to come up against. But then currently, Bilbao have been a no-no. Right? So going in against this Barcelona team, I think Barcelona also haven't been really consistent. But then Barcelona, especially playing at home, right? And having the boost of their captain back, I think they will be very, very strong for they will be too strong for Bilbao. Plus Barcelona going back to their original home, the Camp Nou, right? And I think the first game at the Camp Nou for a very long time now, I think Barcelona are never going to drop a single point playing in front of their fans. So Barcelona are really going to do everything possible to get all 3 points. That's what I think though. And then on the side of Bilbao, their key players, Inaki William and his brother, Nico William, are doubts for this game. Right? These two brothers this season have really been hampering Atletico Bilbao, especially Nico William. Sometimes if you are an important player, right, and you mostly get injured, right, it really disrupts the form of your club. And I think currently that's one of the things that's happening to Atletico Bilbao this season. But then on the side of Barcelona, in their last 8 games, Barcelona have lost 3, drawn 1, and won 4. As I said earlier, their form has been up and down this season. Inconsistencies have set in this Barcelona setup. In the last 5 games between these two clubs, Barcelona have won 2, and 2 ending in a draw. Right? So, as I said earlier, the head-to-heads are backing Barcelona. Current form is backing Barcelona. Plus them coming back to their home ground, the Camp Nou. Right? So, I am tipping Barcelona to win this game, hands down. Elche will be playing at home to Real Madrid. Yes, and as we all know, within the week, from the camp of Real Madrid, Jude Bellingham has been in the news, right? And I think most people are really worried because of what is currently going on, especially from the English media, right? I heard Ian Wright coming out recently to say that England are not ready for a superstar, right? A black superstar, right? And he made mention of certain players, right? The likes of Sterling and Co. These players have been playing so well for England, but then the criticism has been too much. And he made mention that these criticisms are not based on their performances. Most of the people criticizing them are because of the out of the pitch things that they do, right? Off pitch issues. That's what they use to, or they used to criticize these players. So the criticisms are all off the pitch issues, right? And as we all know, this guy has been a very, very good player since he started playing for England, right? Some people are even calling for him to be dropped from the England squad. Like how? Someone who plays for Real Madrid and plays day in, day out, and you expect him to be dropped? Nah, I don't think this is possible. So I think that's it for Jude Bellingham and the England squad. But then in this game proper, I think Real Madrid coming up against Elche, we all expect Real Madrid to have all 3 points, right? Especially with them currently being on top of La Liga, right? They will be hoping to extend the gap between them and their fierce rivals Barcelona. With Elche, in the last 5 games that they played, in all competitions, they've won 1, lost 2, and drawn 2. On the side of Real Madrid, in the last 5 games, they've won 3, drawn 1, and lost 1. In the last 5 games between these two clubs, Real Madrid have won 2 and drawn 2. So as I said earlier, personally, I think current form, quality, and a whole lot of factors, right, pushes everything on the side of Real Madrid. Right? Yes, so personally, I expect Real Madrid to get the job done very easily, especially, as I said earlier, they are currently on top of La Liga and will be hoping to extend the lead from Barcelona. This brings us to the end of today's episode. If this is the first time you are coming across my content, please give me a follow. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on my content. See you next time.